A report came out late last night talking about government failings during the pandemic. The Health and Social Care Committee, which is made up of members of Parliament from across the political spectrum, have produced a pretty damning report. Indeed, they've said it turned out to be one of the worst ever public health failures. They highlighted indecision, being too slow to lock down. And of course, the reason for that was the government was pursuing a herd immunity strategy to begin with. They then listened to Professor Ferguson, thought too many people would die, and then they locked down. But the committee found it was done too late. They are critical of the 37 billion. I mean, it's eye-watering, isn't it? That amount of money was spent on test and trace, and much of it was pretty ineffective. On travel, our borders remained open. As the pandemic spread in this country and around the world, astonishingly, 18 million people flew in to Heathrow and Gatwick and our major airports, and many other countries like the USA had taken action. We didn't, and that almost certainly led to more variants getting into the country. But against those criticisms, it was an unprecedented situation that the government faced. There isn't, I have to say, any evidence that anyone would have done better. I'm not sure a Corbyn government would have handled it any better. And on the impressive side of it, the vaccine rollout was a big success. So there were two sides of the argument that are being made today. My own view is that, frankly, when it came to travel, what they did was unforgivable. I remember I was broadcasting on the radio on the Sunday when Lombardy was declared to be an emergency zone and a really harsh lockdown was put in place. We saw distressing pictures of hospital corridors in Milan full. Hospital beds had run out. And yet on that very day, 17 flights of people who'd been to northern Italy skiing during the half-term break, 17 flights left Milan's Malpensa airport and flew into the United Kingdom. I mean, the whole thing was complete and utter madness. We're told that one of the reasons Boris didn't lock the borders down is he feared it would look too nationalist. On the money side of things, well, look, I mean, I'm sorry, but there's nobody in government, frankly, with any proper business experience. PPE contracts were handed out to all and sundry, including Matt Hancock's landlord of his local pub in Suffolk, who managed to land a PPE contract despite having no previous experience in the sector whatsoever. And yeah, they blew tens of millions on PPE for no reward whatsoever.